You are now listening to Hong Kong 2, the only podcast sanctioned by People's Republic of China, featuring Chris Lynch and Benjamin Taylor.
Your glasses, are they crooked?
No. Are they? My glasses aren't crooked. I wear my sunglasses.
Where'd you get those sunglasses?
The Balenciaga store.
They're Balenci's?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How much were they?
Like, I don't know, a couple $100.
600?
I don't know. I think they were higher
Were they
than
a
four.
gift?
No.
You bought them.
They were a gift to myself from myself.
Yep.
I bought them the same day I got my backpack. Yeah.
So you spent $1,200?
More than that, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
More than that.
All right.
Well, look, you own designer. Don't get on my ass.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Mr. Take advantage of me while I'm drunk, making me order $400 Margielas.
Well, you do like them though, don't you?
Yes, I do. They are quite cool, but I'm also just a classic Air Force. Like, my Air Forces are pretty cool.
Yeah, well, that's for working. You bring the Margellas out on a special occasion, like on a podcast.
Well, you wear them all the time.
Yeah.
I guess every day is a special occasion, seeing as we wake up.
Yeah, it's true.
Right?
Could be thankful for waking up.
That was pretty cool.
Now, last episode, I was gonna name last episode something different because I couldn't come up with the name, and I was telling my buddy about Liar Cohen.
No.
I think, let me fact check myself, but Liar Cohen is the name of this record label executive.
Go figure.
Is that his actual Liar? Lyor Cohen.
Lyor. Liar.
Yeah, Liar
Okay.
Cohen. And I was like, that's not a real name. And then I looked it up and it was real. He has a Wikipedia article. And I was just gonna name the episode Liar Cohen.
Liar Cohen.
But it wouldn't make any sense because we didn't talk about that.
Right. So what's the significance of him?
Nothing. I just mentioned that name, and my friend couldn't believe that that's a real guy's name.
If you had a record company, what would you name it?
I would call it. That's a hard one. I'd call it.
You'd probably name it something like metal.
No, it depends on the genre. It'd be like if it was rap, it'd be like Lynch Mob Records.
Lynch Mob
with a
Records.
Z.
Yeah.
But if it was metal, it depends. You just make fun of me.
No,
regardless.
I wouldn't. Look, if I had a metal... Oh, okay. I thought of something earlier today. So, when America collapses, which it will probably in our lifetime, maybe, God forbid, I hope it doesn't, but maybe if it does, this could be a cool thing to do. I want to take over a town,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to self-appoint myself the mayor and rename. It doesn't matter, as long as the town is cool and already has like infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it. I'm gonna take this town over, and you know what I'm gonna name it, right? As the mayor, I'm going to name it Taylortown.
Taylortown. Nice. One word?
Yes, one word. Welcome to Taylortown.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that a cool name? That's a good name for a city.
It's probably a name of a city already.
No, I don't think it is. I just thought of it today.
Okay. Taylortown.
Maybe it is. But
Maybe and then in 100 years, it'll
independently.
get abbreviated to Taylorton.
Taylorton?
Yeah, I kind of like Taylorton.
No, Taylortown is awesome.
Yeah, they get a Taylortown.
Oh, stop.
They get a Taylortown in New Jersey, and they get a Taylortown in North Carolina. There's a population of 700.
Oh, wow.
Or 630.
In where, North Carolina?
Yeah.
What about the one in New Jersey?
I don't know.
That's
Probably
funny.
more.
Well, my Taylortown will definitely have more. It will be a metropolis.
You can probably establish a new town, and even before the collapse of America, if you go out in like the boonies of like, you just have to become the mayor of like some like nothing town in like Oklahoma, and then like
rename it. Petition
rename it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
you do that.
Anyways, welcome to HK2.
Welcome to our dumb little podcast.
Welcome to HK2.
In August, it's going to be 2 years.
Dude.
That we've done this.
That's crazy.
Yep. And next episode is episode 50.
Oh shit.
Yep.
That's heavy.
Yep.
Oh shoot. I'm trying to curse less.
Yes.
Sorry. Oh shoot.
How many weeks are in a year?
52, I believe.
All right, so we should have been at over 100, or no, we should have been at like 90
Yeah, 94
by August.
In August. Yeah, well,
Missing a couple of them.
We took a break.
Yeah, we're back though.
We had to go on vacation for about 6 months.
We haven't skipped a beat though.
Yeah, we've been on our stuff. Yeah, that's crazy though. 2 years.
It's crazy.
Think about it like it's in school. All right, when you were it's like from a freshman to junior year. We've been doing this.
Yeah,
it's like being in
it's
a robotics club or something.
Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
It's nuts to me.
God, 2 years. Fish tank's been going on for 2 years now as well.
Yeah, seems like it's been forever.
I know.
Time. It's weird. Time can simultaneously go by fast and slow. Crazy.
Because I look back and I'm like, wow, season 2 felt like yesterday.
But season 1 felt like
season 1 felt like season 1 felt like a lifetime ago. Like
I sent you that picture of us from season 1.
That was
before
crazy.
It started.
Season 1, I felt like I look at myself and I'm like, who am I? I was like, who was that?
Yeah.
Not even the same guy. Do you ever look back at yourself and you're like, wow, I was a lot different?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you feel like you've changed a lot from like 5 years ago, from when you were 25?
Probably, yeah. For sure.
Do you remember being 25?
A little bit.
Was that kind of an insignificant year for you?
No. I remember that was right when COVID started. COVID started when I was 25. Which is weird to think about.
That's interesting.
But it feels like COVID was like kind of recently. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah. I don't know. I look back and I'm like, I feel different, but I feel like I was always there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you were 20.
I was just waiting to be unlocked. I was 20. Yeah, I was 20 when COVID hit.
Or 21.
It is 21. Yeah, because they called it COVID 2020. COVID, what was that original?
2012?
No.
COVID,
but it was called, like, it didn't have a number. COVID-19. That's
COVID-19 is coronavirus.
Yeah, COVID-19. That was the name of the disease. But the lockdowns started in 2020.
Yes, the first COVID patient was in China in like November of 2019.
2019, yeah.
When I was in Australia.
That's right. I remember.
Me and Lake were looking at Japan videos the other day.
Mm-hmm. You want to go back?
Yeah, meet both of us.
Do you have a real ID?
Yeah, I got a real ID like 3 years ago. Like, for whatever reason, my when I had to renew my ID, my license expired, and then when I got it renewed, it happened to be right when they rolled out the real ID. So I've been a real ID holder for years now.
Yeah.
But you need a passport to go to Japan.
Okay.
Which I do have also.
I need to get a real ID, like ASAP.
Yeah.
I'm going on vacation in September. I'm going to Hawaii.
Oh.
In September.
When in September?
Towards the end of it, I believe.
That's when Skankfest is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. If I miss it, I miss it.
It's okay.
I'm going to be going to Hawaii. It's actually imperative that I go.
You going with the fam?
Yeah. Going with the fam. We're going to go to Hawaii, keep it locked down, play some golf.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got to get my clubs out there. I got to buy like a travel kit and
My
stuff.
uncle brought me his old bag and some clubs.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I don't have them.
Oh, you don't have them?
He was in Florida, but he just got back today. And I don't know what kind of clubs he has, but
are they his clubs or did he buy you a new set?
It's like old clubs of his.
Oh, nice.
And I just hit him up. I was like, because I was like, do you have a bag?
Yeah.
Like a bag that you don't use anymore? And he's like, oh, you're getting into golf now. It's very interesting. He says it gets quite addictive, you know? And I was like,
dude.
Yeah, my friends.
Your uncle knows what's up.
My friends put me on.
Yeah. Dude, I'm not able to play golf at the moment, but pretty soon I'm going to be able to golf again, and it's going excited. Oh, I woke up the other day. I had the worst knot ever in my back. I woke up with a
knot?
Dude, a terrible knot in my back. I woke up and there was like, have I talked about this already?
No.
So this was like a couple days ago. I woke up and I had this like pain in my neck, and I was like, fuck my neck. I was like, my neck, it hurts. And then I was like, okay, let's just go back to sleep, Ben. I'm like, just go back to sleep, and when you wake up, that neck pain's going to be gone, buddy. So I go back to sleep, and I get woken up an hour later by Jameson pounding on my door.
Yep.
Ben, hey. And I stand up, and this sharp pain shoots down my back, and I was like, oh, there's a knot in my neck.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was like incapacitated all day basically for this knot in my neck. Thankfully, it's since settled down, but for like that whole day, that knot was just incessant.
Oh, no.
Do you ever wake up with knots in your back or no?
Not, yeah, probably in my neck if I sleep on it wrong.
Do you have like a good back or a bad back?
It's pretty good, actually.
Okay. Did you ever do manual labor for work?
Not like not manual labor. No.
Okay.
I mean, not in the sense of a manual labor job like construction or landscaping. No.
Right.
But
mentally taxing jobs.
mentally
Mentally laborious.
mentally laborious. Yes.
Okay.
So
Like film reviewing?
no. But no. Why? Because you've been working a lot physically, right?
Well,
You've been doing hard labor.
Even before fish tank labor, I was doing manual labor. I used to do. One of my first jobs was construction.
Construction?
Yeah.
Before landscaping?
Yes. When I was in my younger years, I must have been not a day shade over 19 or 20, something like that. Maybe 18.
Grade 12.
It was after high school, around my college years. I was hired to do like renovations in HOA communities, 55 plus communities.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
And so I would go, and my boss, I don't think I've told this story yet. I had this boss who was very mean to me.
Oh, no.
And I remember I was like I had like very thin skin back in the day. So he would say things to me. I guess it was like, people always say you need to have, hello Laker, that's Laker, everybody. Everybody says you need to have thick skin, which I think is true, but only what?
No, he sent me money.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Everybody says you need to have thick skin, but you develop thick skin like it's not like you don't like just tell somebody. But I'd be working on the job, and I'd be doing shower grouting or tile grouting or something, and I'd fuck it up, and he'd be like, "Ben, there are air pockets. Like, what are you doing? Like, look where you're working."
Oh, no.
Which is not like that big of a deal, actually, in hindsight, because people have to go through like way worse shit in actual construction jobs.
There's air pockets.
But I remember he just never had a nice word to say to me. And then I remember I was like, I gotta quit.
Kid.
I'm like, I can't work for this guy. And I sat him down, and I was like, dude, like I can't work for you, honestly. He's like, what? Why? And I'm like, because you're just too. I'm like, you're too abrasive. You have like an abrasive personality, and you don't know how to talk to people. And he's like, well, why didn't you say something? Like, why didn't you tell me?
You're a grown-ass man.
I'm like, well, it just never occurred to me, I suppose. I was like, I just kept my mouth shut until I kept it bottled up.
And
I was like, okay, but I'm going to finish it. I was like, I'll finish the day for you. I don't remember if he let me finish the day or if he sent me home, but yeah, that was my time in construction. It was good though.
It's a crazy story, man.
No, you're funny. Talk about your time as an optometrist. That's very interesting.
It's not interesting at all. I wasn't an optometrist. I worked at a Eyeglass laboratory. It's pretty boring.
Optometrist.
Worked in Eyeglass laboratory. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Let's hear about it.
Taught me a lot about manufacturing.
SKU numbers and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Substitutions, custom jobs.
Did you put liveries on custom glasses?
We did custom tinting.
Like 5%, 10%,
Oh yeah. Gradients.
gradients. Like if you were taking your car into the chop shop.
Yeah. Yeah, no, literally. Be like, I need a 30% brown tint on these. Work with glass.
What's the most expensive pair of glasses you ever made?
Probably like $400.
Oh.
And then the doctor sells it to the patient for probably like $800.
So you've never made like $36,000 like golden diamond studded?
We're more on the lenses, not the frames. But
did you work with sand?
There's a sand blaster.
Okay.
But modern eyeglass lenses are made from plastic.
I see.
Or a polycarbonate.
Okay.
And
I was under the impression that glass was made by melting sand.
Yes. Well, we still made some glasses out of glass. Well, we cut them. We didn't make the glass. But
did you ever get shards in you? Glass shards?
No.
Oh.
Most people don't use actual glass anymore.
Did you ever cut your hand like while you were working?
We had Ethernet cables running through water, puddles of water. It's crazy.
Did you ever like have to run and use the first aid kit in the break room?
No, I put a Band-Aid on. But no, it was interesting. It's very interesting.
What was it? What was like who was like your favorite coworker?
That's a good question. We had a lot of different coworkers, a lot of Spanish-speaking people working in the back, making the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
I just like where I sat was the customer service area.
Did you have an office?
I had a cubicle.
Okay.
I was in like the customer service area most of the time.
Did you have a name tag?
No.
Oh.
But I was around mostly like older women.
Hot?
Not necessarily, no. But it was cool. Shooting the shit. And
what kind of shit did you talk? Did you like talk gossip, office
a little
smack?
bit gossip, office gossip. When I got a girlfriend while I was working there. What?
Eyeglass.
I got a girlfriend at the time.
Oh, from the eyeglass factory.
No. Like, well, I dated a couple girls while I was
working.
Did you have
clients and accounts?
Of course, yeah. Of course, we had mad accounts.
Yeah, but did you personally Did you personally oversee any of them?
I had to oversee some of them. For some things.
Talk about some of the accounts you have.
Tons of accounts. All the accounts were eyeglass. Like, if you had to wear glasses and you went to like lens crafters, like those were our types of accounts.
What was like the break room like water cooler talk like?
Just talking with the women that worked there, and we're just talking about all sorts of shit and like. Fucking, they would talk about sports and they would talk about, what are you doing this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, oh, I'm just going to hang out. You still doing the band?
Mm-hmm.
Still playing guitar?
So it wasn't anything like, how's that dentistry account holding up?
We talk about that. Yeah, we talk about, hey, some accounts, you had to give all these accounts deals in order for them to stay.
Okay.
So some accounts we would just give them money. We would credit their monthly past due like we would give them just like $1,000 a month just to stay with us. Like, hey, we'll give you $1,000 credit every month just to retain business.
What was the highest rank you achieved while there?
I don't know. Just getting to the position I was in, because before, when I was 19,
what was your title?
Just like IT guy.
Who was your commanding officer? Who'd you answer to?
Tony, the president. President Tony.
What was he
He's
like?
cool. He was into golf.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
You should have
He
learned,
was
bro.
he was always fucking around with the
I
putter.
bet if you...
He had a swinging. Every time I went to go do a meeting with him, he would be like putting and like 40% paying attention to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was like, we gotta figure out. I gotta make this new price list. And he's like, yup. He's like, yup.
Chris is putting. Chris just did a putting motion.
And he had a putting. He had a bunch of like, you know, those tools and devices and practicing device. He had a bunch of like shit like that in his office.
My dad used to have a putting green in his office, and I would go to his office as a child, and he would have a putting green in his office as well. So I understand. I sympathize with Tony because I know what it's like. It's addicting. It gets addicting.
Yeah.
It does. It gets addicting.
Yeah. So
that's good. Well, you should have learned to play golf because I bet if you did, Tony would have promoted you. If you'd have gone to Tony and said, "Hey, Tony, did you know I know a really nice course near here? What are you doing this Sunday? Let me take you out. 18 holes on me.
Yeah.
We'll get lunch after. We'll have a good time." Tony would have been like, "You know what, Chris? How's vice president sound to you?"
Nice.
Vice president of lenses. I
That'd
want
be
you
great.
in charge of all the glass in the warehouse. You know what, Chris? You're getting a $500 a week raise, and you're in charge of all the glass now.
That'd be great.
Dude, I'm telling you, golf is the key to getting higher in the societal echelon.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it'd be cool if, I mean, hey, I can't complain about where I'm at now, but you know, Tony, these bosses in their office of these businesses
Play golf.
Well, yeah, but then they have like in their drawer they have like a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah,
they have
they're madmen.
Yeah. Well, this was an Italian
I have
company.
to complain. Have I complained about the ending of Mad Men?
No. Is this a spoiler alert?
It is.
Spoil it up.
All right, here we go.
Don't listen if you don't want to know.
Don't listen if you don't. Okay, skip ahead if you don't want to hear my take on the ending of Mad Men. All right.
Okay.
So, oh God, dude, I want to talk about so many things. I'm getting distracted. My stomach is crying for McDonald's right now. It is crying for McDonald's. But I'll get through the Mad Men thing. All right, so you know how much time I put into watching that show.
Yep.
I devoted time. I set time aside for Mad Men. I made sure that I didn't skip episodes. I never do this for TV shows. I set time aside for Mad Men. I followed the plot very closely. I followed the whole series all the way through to the end. And even though it got boring sometimes, I said, Ben, you're going to stick it through because this is a good show, and the ending is going to be there's going to be a payoff at the end.
You're 100%ing the show.
I said I'm going to 100% this show. There's going to be a pay. I'm sure this show is going to get good. Not like it was bad, but it started slipping at certain points. I'll explain. So Don Draper, all right, this like this high functioning alcoholic who has these moments of brilliance at this ad agency, even though he's a philandering, kind of narcissist. He's charming. You can relate to him. But in the last season of the show, they start emasculating his character.
Oh.
It's really sad to see because he's such a stud the whole show, but in the last season, they start emasculating Don Draper. And if you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. And the show ends, the last episode of the show, we watched it last week.
Mm-hmm.
You remember? We watched it, and it had Bert.
It had
Bert, or not Bert Kreischer.
It had
Brett Gelman.
Brett Gelman.
It had Brett Gelman, and so not only does
that's why I knew things.
That's infraction number 1. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I knew things were going to take a turn.
That was crazy. All right, that was crazy having Brett Gelman in the last episode. Then the whole like plot of the last episode is Don is at this hippie retreat and he's learning how to meditate and find himself, even though there's like there's themes of like Christianity throughout
Not
the whole
anymore.
show. But then it's revealed at the end the answer is like, oh, you just have to be a hippie and meditate. Which is crazy that's the ending they went with.
I thought this show was about prestige and being a
Dude,
man.
It is. It's about being a stud and like operating on a high level. And then the ending of the show is Don Draper, this like character who's like been a stud all show. He like it's and the writers are like, I talked with Jet about it. I was like just venting to Jet about how mad I was at the ending of Mad Men, and Jet made a good point. He was like, well, you know, when the writers are writing for Don Draper and they're making him cheat on his wife, or they're making him like have a late night out and get drunk, they are going, oh, like what an asshole. Like they think it's bad, but they don't understand that the audience relates to that part of the character. The audience is like cheering for that.
Yeah.
They're like, Don Draper's a badass, but the writers think that the audience is going to have the same viewpoint as them.
Interesting.
And so the way that the way that Don Draper gets his like the way they end his arc on him becoming a good guy is just him like basically giving his wealth away to his ex-wife and then becoming a hippie. It's just fucked. It's just the ending of Mad Men is so pitiful. I can't believe how bad the ending is. And me and Jet wrote a better ending for Mad Men. The ending that we wrote this in 2 minutes. We were like, I was like, dude, they could have gone so many different ways, and we just wrote this ending. So Don Draper, right? He finally gets his big job, and he's having a night on the town. He's drunk. He's driving home. He gets into a car wreck. Don Draper gets paralyzed. Don Draper is paralyzed. He gets taken. He's in the hospital. He can't move his lower body. And this is like the last episode. So Don Draper finally gets his the best job that he can get, but then he gets in a car wreck because he's drunk driving. He gets paralyzed. He's home. He's in a wheelchair. He's wheelchair bound, and his kids, Daddy, you're home. I'm so I know it's sad that you can't walk, but at least you're home now.
Yeah.
And the kids, and he's finally home. Because he's been away the whole show. He's been like at work the whole time, but now he finally gets to be home with his kids, but he's paralyzed. And he can't walk anymore.
And that's the end. That's the new ending you wrote?
Well, and he does his best work while he's paralyzed because he's at home and he's with his kids. He finally realizes what really matters. And he works on ads from his home.
And that's better than the hippie ending.
That's better than the hippie ending.
Okay.
What do you think? You don't like that ending?
I think that's a better ending, but it's just kind of funny that that's how bad the ending was, that you had to rewrite it and make him a paraplegic.
We did. We did. We had to rewrite him and make him a paraplegic.
Hey, guys, comment if you guys have seen Mad Men and let us know what you think about that new ending.
Anyways, what do you guys think about the Mad Men paraplegic ending?
Sounds better to me.
I mean, I think it's not bad. Are you hungry? Can you eat?
Yeah.
All right, because I am ready.
You're hungry to eat.
Dude, I'm hungry to eat.
You are hungry to eat. I'm hungry to eat.
I the other night I was here and I tried to order candy, the whole candy saga.
Yeah, and
that
it
was a
did
nightmare.
not get delivered.
That was a nightmare.
That was funny, though.
It was funny, but I was like kind of deflated when I found out that it was all for nothing because I was really looking
you were thinking
forward.
about, and you were really concerned that me and Lake are eating it.
I was. I wanted you guys to know that there were certain candies you could have and couldn't have.
I appreciate the twin snake business.
Yeah,
That was
but
good.
it ended up just not working out.
Yeah.
It didn't pan out.
I think GoPuff, if you don't, sometimes they'll cancel it if you don't like correspond with them, or you need to like give them a pin or something.
That's
when they show
annoying.
up. Yeah,
That's super annoying.
I'm gonna re-up. Yeah, so you've been getting into the rehearsal.
The rehearsal is awesome.
Isn't it?
When you try to show it to me, I was just too tired and drunk to understand what I was looking at. But upon a sober rewatch, it's extremely good.
Yep.
Because I just thought the whole pilot thing, I was like, oh my God, pilots. Like, dude, come on, whatever. But then I was like, oh, there's something to this.
Spoilers, this is for season 2 of
Season 2 of the rehearsal.
We're going to talk about this. But
That shit was awesome. It was pretty good. The
Like-
fact he remade an airport is impressive.
Yes, and then when he got dragged into the autism thing,
That was really funny.
and then he brought the kids to the airport,
Yeah,
Nathan's airport.
that was really funny. That was really funny. And the whole,
congressman.
he was really concerned about doing it because on Nathan For You he had done the sex offender robot.
Yep.
Where he had to magically uncuff himself.
Yes.
That was funny.
Well, he was actually referencing this first season of The Rehearsal, which is from what you haven't seen yet. And
Don't tell me.
I won't. We'll watch it tonight. It's
Okay.
actually, you're going to see it tonight.
I thought that he was referencing.
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. The
sex offender robot was hilarious.
Yeah. But
I got caught, and then the funniest thing was on the last episode, episode 6 will be out by the time people see this, but on the end of episode 5,
yes,
he goes and meets with the congressman.
Yeah, and he doesn't.
And the congressman just doesn't give a shit at all. Yeah. The congressman just doesn't care about anything.
Congressman is like, yep, sounds good.
Dude, that was hilarious. One thing I will say about Nathan Fielder is that his comedic timing when it comes to ending a conversation is pretty much perfect.
Yes.
He knows how to let it linger and then when to cut it.
Yep.
He's very funny.
He's very funny.
I have been enjoying
He's good.
The second season of The Rehearsal.
He's good.
I started on the second season and then I said, okay, this is really good. I should see the first one.
Yeah. It's funny he went backwards. I'm sure a lot of people will.
It's non-linear, so it doesn't really matter at all, but
although the second season is very linear.
The second season
more linear than the first one's not as linear.
Exactly. But I'm saying you don't have to watch the first season to understand the second.
It's true.
The second season has been incredible. I wonder how this whole thing is gonna. I wonder if he's not still filmed. The second season has to be all filmed.
It's probably all filmed.
It's all filmed. And if they're releasing it every Sunday, it's been in post production for a while.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, thank you for putting me onto that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I've been watching Nathan Fielder and Nathan For You for a while.
Yeah, that was like his project like 10 years ago. Or
the only thing that's kind of gay is the whole Summit Ice shit.
To be honest with you, it was I mean, it was funny 10 years ago because well, it was just like it was funny that it came to fruition because he just made a clothing brand about Holocaust awareness.
The jacket looks nice.
Well, did you see like the full sketch about Summit Ice?
Yeah, I saw
it. They have that section of the store that looks like Auschwitz.
Yeah, that was really funny.
And then it's a real brand that you can buy from, and there's a part of the store that says like learn more about the Holocaust. But it's just like this Chad like model like looking like this.
I know.
And then it's just like learn more.
It's just gay. It's just gay. Whatever. Anyways, I don't want to talk about that shit.
Yeah.
Here's something that I should talk about though.
Ben the Holocaust denier.
Whatever. Shut up. Moving on. So I was at Target the other day with Jameson, and I don't know if you've been to Target recently, but you don't strike me as a Target guy, more like a Dave's. But we went to Target and we were in the deodorant section and the shaving section or whatever, and I look over and I see the craziest art on the wall. It was just a big fat pair of black lips. It was just a black guy's lips scaled up about 4,000%, just plastered on the top of the wall. And I'm trying to find a picture of it. I remember looking at it and saying, oh my God, those lips are huge.
Just type in lips.
You think it's going to pull it up?
Well, what town was the Target in?
The town.
It was like North Attleboro.
Oh, dude, it was insane. It was like, I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Found it. Okay. So this is in Plainville. Okay, this is really crazy. So this is what I saw in Target. I'm going to show the camera first.
Make sure
this is in Target. This is in the shaving section of Target here, okay? I got that picture of it. See that? This is what I saw in Target right there.
Okay. I don't think that's that bad.
No, it's just look at that. Like, what is that? It's just a dude, like a big, massive black lips with a chain. Like he's wearing a chain.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just
That's
just
pretty.
like,
I mean, were you offended? Were you appalled?
I wasn't offended. I mean, I was just like I was just like
Ben was like, "You gotta fucking."
Well, I was just like shocked. I just couldn't believe that was like what they.
That's what we have to look at now.
Okay, whatever. I'm sorry, but I walked by that and I was like, "That's crazy."
Yeah, I mean,
but whatever.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it's
I mean, at Dave's they have like it's like a little barnyard up top with chickens and hens.
Well, Dave's is
little windows.
Dave's is an all-white, family-owned local
Target
business.
is a corporation. They should be having like clocks, those little cuckoo clocks, the interactive shit.
No, well, it's, just like you said, it's a corporation.
They should play like jingles. Welcome to Target.
No.
You are so welcome, and we love to serve you.
Only family-owned businesses do those sorts of things. A giant corporation like Target's
they're like, let's put
how many
black lips right in the shaving section.
Yeah, right in the kids section.
Dude, I feel like I'm about to get kissed from above.
Yeah, you're gonna get kissed.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like sort of like reminiscent of like
it's just freaky. With your freaky
Rick Ross.
Your freaky Target.
Yeah, it's like Rick Ross's lips. So you saw Rick Ross with no shirt on, just his lips and beard.
I didn't like it.
Yeah,
but we don't have to talk about that anymore.
You know who's Palestinian? You might not know.
Who?
DJ Khaled. I think he's Palestinian.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's funny. The only like famous celebrity people that I know that are Palestinian, he might not be Palestinian. I might be wrong about that. But the only people that I know that are Palestinian that are like famous people are wait, I gotta make sure it's DJ Khaled. Yeah, he's Palestinian. DJ Khaled is Palestinian. Him and Fousey are both Palestinian. And they're both retards.
All right, now name a Jewish musician.
He's his father was from Mazra Sharkiya.
I don't know anything about the Israel-Palestine conflict.
No, but I just thought it was funny that the only Palestinian entertainment authorities I know are Fousey and DJ Khaled.
That's pretty funny.
And then French Montana is Moroccan.
Ah. Okay.
Do you know where that is on the map?
No, I don't care.
Morocco,
Africa.
Yeah, it is in Africa.
Okay, well, boom. I just guessed. Yeah, well, I can tell you a lot of Jewish and American musicians as far as the Palestinian. The Israel-Palestine conflict, let me just summarize that for everybody, okay? Basically, it's a land dispute. Okay, let me just summarize. It's a land dispute, and somebody thinks that it belongs to them, and somebody else thinks it belongs to them.
And they're, my religion's better than yours.
My religion, that type of thing. Okay, so
we had something similar back in the World War I.
Back in the olden days, the 1700s.
Yes.
Remember when Britain was in America?
Yes, the redcoats and the blue
America
coats.
said, you know what? I think this is our land.
Yes.
Well, it was like it started as a taxation thing, but
independence.
It started as a taxation thing, and then they said, you know what? While we're at it, we don't want to be a part of your country anymore.
Little ass Britain and big old America.
And then you know what? We did? Fought for it.
Yep.
So that's what I say. I say let them fight it out.
Fight it out.
Fight it out over there.
That's what I say.
Fight it out for that little plot of land.
It is a small plot of land.
Have fun. May the best man win.
Sandy. Lots of
sand.
You
like the war mode reference, the edge of the San Andreas.
Yeah. Billy said that.
That's funny.
Yeah,
we heard it. We already heard it a million times. Okay, moving on.
I don't think I said it I might have said it on the podcast.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
all right.
Referencing another podcast.
Now, if Palestinians win the conflict and they take over Israel, if they take over that plot of land, and then what happens if the leader of Palestine goes, okay, Now I want Cranston, Rhode Island.
I'm gonna say no. We wouldn't allow that. They already got Rolf Square.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? What happens? And what if Rolf Square's like, yes, we're Palestine. We're part of Palestine.
Rolf Square might as well be Palestine.
Would you secede Rolf Square to Palestine?
No.
Why not? What would you do? Would you take up arms?
No.
What if Palestinians came in with like AK-47s and they went knocking on doors and they went and searched your house and they were like, we are your master.
No. I'm
Yes.
over my dead body.
No. So you're gonna start a war.
Not me. Oh, we'll talk to the mayor. It's the mayor of Cranston that has to deal with that.
So you're just gonna pass it off to
the attorney general.
But it's I thought this was your town.
It is, but
you have to get the mayor's okay.
Yeah. I'm not the mayor yet.
Oh my God. Dude. Listen, all I'll say is this. If Palestinians came in to my town, they started trying to run stuff.
Game over.
Dude, if Palestinians came into my town in Ukaipa, you know what I would do? I'd come in on a Harley Davidson motorbike. Like that.
A motorbike?
Yeah.
Harley?
Yeah.
A Harley motorbike?
A Harley Davidson motorbike. And I would have I'd have a katana. And then I'd have a revolver.
Have some Claymore, C4.
Some Claymore, some C4. I'd start hitting jumps around town.
Oh, yeah. This is Ukaipa.
I hit jumps. Anyways.
You remember when I Show Speed said he was reading like a comment or something and he's like, Free Palestine? You remember that? He was calling Palestine.
No.
It was pretty funny.
No. He's gotten less funny to me as time's gone on.
Have you seen him in China?
Yeah, we talked about this already. Yeah.
I Show Speed.
Let's talk about something new, like McDonald's.
What are you gonna get?
Let's talk about those. No, we talked about it already.
You tried the McCrispies, right? Or the McStrips?
I didn't like them.
Bad.
Dude, what were they thinking with that? What's going on over there?
They probably were, like, they hyped it up, but then everybody in their heads thought it was going to be like the chicken selects, but they weren't.
Dude, that shit was just abysmal. You remember when they used to have the wraps? McDonald's used to have wraps. Yeah, snack wraps.
It's a shame they don't.
That was the same time they had the chicken selects on the menu.
Yeah, because the snack wrap was just like a chicken select and a wrap. Those were good.
Those were delicious.
Many years ago.
What are you feeling tonight?
I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe my brain is telling me KFC, but my heart is telling me don't do it.
Yeah, probably not.
My heart's telling me don't do it.
I don't think that's the move.
I mean, I'm not baked cheese in it.
No, of course not.
PJs?
That's a poss. It's a possibility.
I'm thinking maybe some chicken tenders could be what the doctor ordered.
Could be healing.
Possibly. Oh, you're going to meet my little cousin tomorrow.
Should we have him on the pod?
That would be funny.
We need to make a shelves pod.
We could do that.
We're desperately need to do a shelf pod.
I can ask him if that's something he'd want to do.
Can he do 2 hours?
Yeah, he's a smart dude.
Does he know how to be on a microphone?
No, but
is he gonna be like, I'm Ben's cousin?
Yeah, but we just talk.
You guys could probably. It would probably go crazy because you guys would just talk about like, remember when we did this when we were little kids?
No, we'd probably just talk about the normal stuff.
Okay.
But maybe, I don't know. I'll think about it. But you should meet him. He's a funny dude.
What's his name? Or unless you don't want to say it.
I could probably say it. His name is Brody.
Brody?
Yeah, Brody.
That's awesome. Does he listen to the pod?
Nah, I don't think so.
You should.
I know he should.
If my cousin had a podcast, I'd listen to it.
Yeah, would you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
If my cousin was mildly famous and had a podcast, I would do it.
Would you clone yourself? If it meant you
got
to, would you clone yourself, but you had to live with yourself all the time?
No.
Why?
It's like more money, more problems.
More money, more Chris, more problems.
More Chris, more problems. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's only one Chris Lynch in the whole wide world.
They try to clone me.
They didn't do it though.
No.
Do you
if
believe
you clone me, then it would like devalue me.
You don't believe in clones?
No.
Clones are fake, right?
I think you can clone your dog.
Yeah, you can clone your dog. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. If there's a clone of me, it would just devalue me.
I learned that on the
You know what I'm
rehearsal.
saying? Oh yes. When they did the thing with the dogs, that was really retarded. That segment.
That was hilarious.
It was funny. It was just retarded.
Yeah.
In a good way.
You guys got to watch the rehearsal.
That's good.
I finished Mad Men and I was like, should I just rewatch it from the beginning and forget the ending?
Oh,
what?
You're a sick freak.
I know. I was like, nah.
You're trying to change the ending by rewatching it.
Well, I was just like, what if I just like brainwash myself?
Chase the dragon.
Chase the dragon again. Yeah, nah, I can't. I don't know what. You don't watch anything. You watch a bunch of crap, don't you?
I don't watch really anything. I've been watching YouTube. Me and Laker were watching the Outdoor Boys last night.
They stopped apparently.
Yeah,
they quit their channel.
But I never even started to watch. I only like watched them after the Goodbye video.
Really?
Got popular. Yeah, I never watched them.
Oh, I like the Outdoor Boys. Not like I didn't watch them all the time, but I liked the guy's videos. I thought he was pretty cool.
Yeah, him going camping in Alaska with no tent.
Apparently, it was something to do with his wife not wanting him to do it anymore.
Yeah. Well, if you watch the Goodbye video, it's just him talking about how like he gets recognized on the street now, and like he has a bunch of young kids, and he's trying to stop before it gets too big, so his family has a normal life. Which I think is honorable if on paper, but I don't know.
He should just chase the fame. He should just get famous.
I mean, he's got the money. Like his numbers, he's definitely raking in $1 million more a year.
But that's going to go down as he stops uploading.
Yeah, but still,
it's still good money.
He's got like 17 million followers, maybe less, or 7 million. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
He's at the point where he
should get a Patreon.
He could do a Patreon.
Speaking of Patreon,
what?
You guys should sub to the Patreon.
Sub to the Patreon. If you're listening to the first hour, and if you're listening to the first hour, you might already be a Patreon sub. But if you're not,
what happens if we get so famous one day that we have to stop doing Hong Kong too, just to live a normal life? That's probably going to happen. Pretty soon here.
Pretty soon?
Yeah, no, seriously.
We're not gonna.
I think within like a couple of months.
We're not gonna stop it. No,
I think within a couple of months, I think we might need to
slow it down a little bit.
Slow it down. Maybe take another vacation.
Nothing's slowing down. We're only ramping it up. Not slowing down at all.
Whatever.
But yeah,
you're no fun.
If you're not subbed to the Patreon, you should. And just because once we go into that next hour, it
gets rowdy.
Everything changes.
Everything.
Did you not even open that yet?
No, it's open.
It's open. How much is left?
Say about 45%. How's that ratio do it for you? 45 out of 100.
That's yeah.
Been playing video games lately?
What?
Have you been playing video games lately?
No.
Me
not
neither.
Really, no.
Maybe we play some Tiger Woods golf tonight, you and I.
Could do that, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what do you say to that?
Have to see what our character
situation is.
Yeah.
We should just DoorDash and play Tiger Woods.
Could do that, yeah.
Also, I want to mention it before I forget. I'm getting new tires tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah, put on the Mariner.
Oh, I was looking at I was pulling in, I was like, that's a nice vehicle.
It is. I'm getting new tires put in tomorrow at Firestone.
Sam was saying that the parts in there are like the same as like a Ford Explorer.
What, in the Mariner?
Yeah.
Nice. It's pretty awesome.
So it's basically a cop car.
I'm pretty radical for getting that car. I'm
pretty radicalized on the Mariner.
I'm pretty much the man. But I'm going to get new rims put on, or not rims. I'm getting new tires put on.
New wheels.
Whatever. I'm getting new tires tomorrow. They're not super expensive. They're not like super great.
Are the tires that came with it are just not great? They haven't been replaced
Well,
in a
the
while?
tires, they're like starting to crack.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to get, they're old tires.
What year is that?
2008.
Okay.
So I'm going to get new tires put on.
It's the year I started high school.
Nice. You were legit. I'm going to get like, I want to deck that car. I want to get like rims, like nice rims.
Spinners.
I was actually looking at spinners. I'm not even joking.
You're
I
a
was
crazy
looking at
fucker.
spinners, and they're expensive.
I bet.
A set of spinners starts at like $2,000.
Damn.
But I was looking at some spinners, and some of them are pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I know it's kind of retarded, but
no, it'd be funny.
I'm considering it. After the next season of Fish Tank, I'm going to probably end up putting spinner rims on my
You should.
Mariner. It's going to be awesome. I also kind of want to get a paint job.
Yeah, don't go too crazy on it.
No, fuck that. I'm going crazy.
Go crazy.
I'm thinking about making it like. I'm thinking about making it. Maybe I'll just put a fresh coat of paint on it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have a nice truck, Chris. You can't tell me to not go crazy when you.
No, go crazy on it. Yeah, go crazy.
Come on, bro.
Sorry.
I should get fucking remote start put in it too.
Could do that.
And subwoofers. That shit's dumb.
You guys should come to the Patreon. We're gonna travel there right now.
Okay. All right. Come to the Patreon, guys. Thanks for sticking around.
Hey, and if you don't, we're gonna play this graphic.
Full episodes only on patreon.com/HK2podcast.